Friends, so we are moving on to arrow math today, but before we do that, I need you to open up your math journal. We have 2 words that we need to copy down, and this is with your Chapter 2 Awesome Algebra. Okay, so we're going to add the word array, which we have been talking about. I want to make sure that's noted in our journal. An array is an arrangement of objects or numbers in equal rows and columns. Okay, this would be an example. It would look like this. Okay, that would be a 3 by 2, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's also a 3 by 2. The other vocabulary word is inverse operation. That is an operation that undoes, or is the opposite of another operation. Addition and subtraction are inverse operations, as are multiplication and division. Okay, so take a moment to copy that down. Now, we're going to review, okay, the work that we did on the hundreds chart and on the 700s chart. So I'm going to pause the video to make sure you have enough time to jot down those 2 definitions, and then you can put aside your math journal. Okay, let's take a look back at what we did on the hundreds chart. Okay, so on the hundreds chart, we were talking specifically about patterns that we found, right? We talked about multiples, we talked about rows and columns. Okay, we found patterns ending in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, all down here ending in 2. These were all ending in 4. These were all ending in 6, 8, 10. Those were our multiples of 2. Okay, and then we also went ahead and talked about the 700s chart. And for our 700s chart, okay, we were looking at how it goes up by 11 diagonally. If you go backwards, it goes down by 11. This goes up by 10. Okay, these go up by 1. Those were the patterns that we noticed on that chart. Okay, you also may have noticed, for example, if we were looking at the number 746, okay, it is right above the number 756. So 746 is 10 more than 756. Okay, now I'm going to show you a relationship here that's going to be important. Okay, and I'm going to introduce you to the arrow math. And in order for me to do that, I would be doing an arrow that looks like this. Okay, when I draw that arrow on there, and I'd like you to open up to your 700 page, okay, in your Awesome Algebra book, which is on page 47. Okay, so open it up to page 47, and I want to show you the relationship. Okay, a downward pointing arrow is a shorthand symbol for showing this relationship. Okay, the downward arrow indicates that you need to add 10 to the first number, okay, and there would be some other relationships from our chart, and we're going to shorten them using arrow math. Okay, for example, the arrow this way is going to mean that you're going to do what? Correct. You're going to add 1, okay? Because going from 746 to 747, you add 1. And going downward from 746 to 756, you add 10. So there's important patterns that you need to understand, okay? Now, you also need to understand that there is a solid arrow, which means to subtract 9, okay? So if I was going from 766 to 757, I'm going to take 9 away. Okay, 766 minus 9 would be 757. So I'm going to have you jot this down on your page 47. Okay. All right, so now we're going to move on to the Arrow Math Worksheet on page 59 of our Student Mathematics Journal. Okay, so we're going to turn to page 59. I'm sorry, that's page 57, okay, of our Arrow Math Journal, okay? And we are going to examine the array. 59, yeah, that's, what patterns do you notice occur on the array? No, that's not quite it. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so we want to try to figure out, okay, using the arrow math, remember that up, the sideways, okay, remember what you're representing there. You're down, okay, what that represents. It says to study the arrow math flow. And this is the array that they're having us look at. Because remember, an array has to be something, okay, that is an arrangement of objects or numbers in equal rows and columns. So these are in equal rows and equal columns, correct? Okay, or columns and rows. So we're going to study the arrow math below. Okay, 8 to the arrow of 9 means that you're adding 1, right, to get to 9. Remember, that arrow stands for that. Okay, from 30 to 23, that means you're going up. And how much are you going to be going up there? You're going to be going up by 7. Then this is going to be going down by how much? Okay, 11 is going to be what? Going down, so you're going to be subtraction, right? So that's going to be what? Does anybody think they know? Anybody think they might know what that answer is? Hopefully you said -6. Okay, and hopefully you said for here, it would be doing what? You're going down, and then you're going across to get 9. So what does that mean? This one means you're adding 1.